I want to change gears a little bit here and crunch some voting numbers, if you will. So how would you know if there was massive voter fraud? One way would be to research vote totals from previous election years, right? So let's take a glance at past presidential voting totals and compare them to this year's. So in 2008, Barack Hussein Obama beat John McCain in that election. The vote total was 129,500,000. Now in 2012, Barack Hussein Obama again won by beating Mitt Romney. In that election, the vote totals were 127 million. Now in 2016, the Donald beat Hillary Rodham Clinton with the votes totaling 129 million. So the question is, how many more votes should there have been this year if any voter tallies were honest? So let's say Trump did a good job of getting more of his supporters registered and voting, which he did. How many do you think that harvested? 2 million? And that's being very generous, okay? And how many did the Democrats honestly register and get to vote, given their extraordinary anti-Trump motivation? 3 million. Again, we're being very generous here. So this year, if the voting was as honest as it was in 2016, which isn't saying very much right now, there should have been no more than 134 million votes cast, right? Okay, so 2020, to date, November 17th, 151,890,753. And the vote counting still isn't complete, because California is still corruptly continuing to harvest votes and won't be done until almost Christmas. So how in the hell did we suddenly get 18 million more votes? To date, Biden has scored 78,764,266 votes, and Trump has 73,126,487. Note that Trump scored 10 million more votes this year than he did 4 years ago. Now, nobody has accused Trump of massive vote theft, so we should assume that he must have gained most of his new votes legitimately from a mixture of votes for crooked Hillary and new voters motivated by the MAGA movement, right? That would be at least 8 million of his own 10 million increase. But in a year with a normal increase of votes, that would mean that Biden should have scored around 55 to 60 million because Trump would have taken those votes from him. If you had told me before the vote counting began that Trump would outdo himself by 10 million votes over 4 years ago, I'd have told you that this can only mean that Trump won in a Reagan-style landslide. But instead, we see Biden with 18 to 20 million more. Massive corruption and literally tens of millions of counterfeit votes is the only way this could have happened.